everyone. You're welcome back to my channel. I want to say a big thank you to all my subscribers. Oh, I'm so very grateful. It was just last week that I actually checked and saw that, I have quite a number of subscribers now, and I'm so very grateful. And I want to plead with you to please recommend this channel to others so that they can also subscribe. Okay, let this message go out there and touch as many lives as possible. And for those of you who are watching and not subscribing, please subscribe. Okay, and don't forget to click the like button as well. Okay, yes, so we're going to jump right into our topic for the day, which is a continuation of what we started 2 weeks ago. Yes, and that is the unhealthy craving for wealth amongst our youths. Yes, we're going to be dealing with that topic today. Now, today we are going to be dealing with another institution. Remember last week we talked to parents. Today, I am specifically going to be talking to spiritual leaders. Yes, spiritual leaders. Now, I am a Christian, so I'm most likely going to be talking about the people in my faith. But I am generally talking to all spiritual leaders because I believe that spiritual leaders have a very vital role to play in the lives of our young people. Okay, so in as much as I know I'm going to be talking majorly about Christians, I'm actually referring to everybody who is a religious leader in one form or the other. Whatever religion you belong to, you know the kind of things you teach your people, you know the things they should learn, you know what you should do and you're not doing it. Okay, so I'm going to be talking to spiritual leaders generally. Okay, so I'm going to be a bit harsh. You're going to have to pardon me, but sometimes it is necessary. Okay, especially with the fact that these children are a gift to us. We're supposed to prepare them for the future. They're supposed to take over from us. Yes, these children are going to take over from you, the spiritual leader, because you are not going to live forever. It is these youths that one day take your position. Okay, now if you do not teach them well, if you do not do what is right, what will become of your position tomorrow? Do you expect a Yahoo boy to become a pastor tomorrow? Do you expect a Yahoo boy to become an imam tomorrow? What message will they teach their congregation? Okay, so I'm going to be talking to Ross today, and I'm going to start, like I said, I'm going to be a bit harsh or very harsh, I don't know. And the first thing I'm going to start with is to tell you to please stop leading your followers astray. Yes, tell them the truth. In your positions as spiritual leaders, you are like parents to these people. Yes, you are like their parents. So you need to tell them the truth at all times. You don't have to hide things. You don't have to cover up things because of what you're going to gain from them, okay? When they come with unquestionable wealth, you are supposed to question them. Yes, you are their parents spiritually. You are not their physical parents. You are not their biological parents. You are their spiritual parents. You are supposed to be the voice of God to them. So please teach them right, okay? So I'm going to when I was growing up, the church I grew up in Soul Savestas Ministries, okay? And there was something I noticed. We became a church sometime in 95 or thereabouts. I can't remember the year now, honestly. But when we became a church, I remember our local pastor. He was a pastor indeed, Pastor Kenneth Osifo. Yes, he was a local pastor indeed. He was a pastor. People used to talk about him, like he's the only pastor. He's the pastor that knows people, that can call people by their names. Yes, that's what he was known for. He knew each member. He visited me as young as I was then. He visited me in my house. Do you understand? That is the work of a pastor. A pastor is a shepherd. Even the general overseer of the church knew me, little me. Daddy Onoforo knew little me. A man in charge of a ministry that was so large. They had branches in different parts, different riverine areas. He knew me. He was involved in our lives. Okay, why am I bringing these up? As pastors, this is what you should be. It is not only to stay up there in your pulpit and preach like you are God. You are supposed to be involved in the lives of your people. Yes, that's where I'm driving at, okay? So I'm going to talk about how, as pastors, we should relate to these youths. Remember, as a pastor, you are like a shepherd. to your people, okay, to your flock. So you should know what they do. Yes, how can you be a pastor and somebody is coming to your church diligently? Somebody comes to your church, the person is a church member, the person is not a church goer, it's not someone that comes once in a while. Your church member, some of them even attend activities, some of them are holding position in church, and you don't know what they do. You are not a pastor. Please don't call yourself a pastor. A pastor should know what the congregation do, okay? So what your people do, you should know, so that you will know how come it is they can afford the lifestyle that they do, okay? So that when they are doing something that is not right, and when you know that somebody has no money, you know that your member has no money and is throwing money around, common sense will tell you that this person is doing something wrong, and it is your duty to call that person and tell the person, question the person, yes, question the person's wealth, ask the person what the person is doing, and correct the person if the person is doing wrong. You don't pet such a people. I'm not saying you're going to drive them from your church, but you need to lay down the rules, and they need to be disciplined if they are doing something wrong. Let them leave if they cannot take your rules, okay? Number 2, stop demanding so much financially from your members. I know this particular episode is going to cause problems for a lot of people. It's going to cause controversy. Well, I really don't care right now. What I care about is the truth, that we need to change the lives of our youths. We need to change the trend that is on, okay? So I know I'm going to step on toes, but please bear with me and listen to see if what I am saying makes sense or not, okay? Now, stop demanding so much financial commitments from your members. All these tithes and sowing of seed, it's too much. You are not teaching them the truth. Yes, we all have our different ways of expressing our faith. Some people believe in sowing of seeds. People believe in different things, but that is not the ultimate. That's what I'm driving at. Those things are not the ultimate. Those things are not the essence. Those things are things that they should do on a personal level. It is not something you should be preaching all the time from the pulpit. Some people, all you hear when you go to their church is sowing of seed and sowing of seed. Now, the other day I read something where I've seen that a lot. Anyway, it's not only where I read it. Where someone who has no job is sowing a seed. Then he goes to borrow money in order to pay for that seed. Are you telling me, pastors, that you are not aware of such things? Are you telling me that such things are okay, that it is okay for your member to borrow money to sow seed? Please, we need to stop this trend of making it look like money is more important than God. I hope you remember what Matthew 6:33 tells us. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and every other thing will be added. Yes, every other thing. Oh, enough of this money. You come to church, there's a church around me here. Everything I hear, they come to church a lot. Everything I hear is bless us, kill our enemies. I hear their message because they're very loud, they are very noisy, they disturb me all the time, so I hear everything they say. I won't lie to you, I hardly can remember if I've ever heard anything like holiness, serve God wholeheartedly. I mean, the right messages that should be preached, like seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. Those are the most important things. All the other things will be added. I'm not saying you cannot pray for money, but I'm saying let's face the basics, okay? Let's not pursue mammon above God, okay? Number 3, in your church, be concerned about those who do not have money as well as those who have money. Do not look at the rich Christian as more important than the poor Christian, because when you do that, you are making our young people realize, because these young people see, they are not blind, they are very smart. You are making them realize that, oh, it is money that is important. My pastor prefers money. My pastor prefers those who have money. That is a wrong message to send to children. Remember, whether as pastors or parents, you are the same thing to these children. You are adults who they look up to. Some of them admire you. Some of them actually follow you and you're not aware. So when you do things that are not right, when you send wrong signals, it's going to affect these children. When you are showing to them that money is the ultimate, by making sure that the rich people in the church are given the best seats, the rich people in the church are treated specially, while the poor people are treated anyhow, okay? You are passing a wrong message to these children. Number 4, you need to teach the value, or rather, you need to teach the problem behind ill-gotten wealth. Yes, the Bible is full of passages that talk against ill-gotten wealth, okay? So you need to start teaching the young people, your congregation in general, the problem behind ill-gotten wealth. You need to teach against ill-gotten wealth so that they will understand that it does not pay and that it destroys. There is nowhere in scripture where ill-gotten wealth is praised. Teach your congregation that there is still a dignity in labor. Yes, there's dignity in labor. Ill-gotten wealth will not do them anything. Wealth got through their hard work will last long, but ill-gotten wealth will not. It's the plain truth. Number 4, teach your congregation the importance of having a skill. Yes, people need to understand. It's not all about going to work. It's not all about having a job. Some people will finish school and sit down and say, the government is not providing work for me. So I sit down, and when nothing is happening, I go and do illegal things. I go and do things that are not wrong because the government has refused to provide jobs for me. Pastors, it is your duty. Spiritual leaders, it is your duty. Teach your congregation to have skills. Yes. Tell your people, you are in church, you realize, a young boy, a young girl who is in church and is not doing anything because he's looking for a job. Maybe he has graduated and there's no job, or he just finished WAEC and he's not been able to make JAM, he's not been able to enter an institution, he's sitting down there doing nothing. Encourage them to go and learn a skill. Yes, encourage them. Let them go and learn skills. Let them learn different things. You'll be surprised what will come out of it, okay? So please teach your congregation the importance of having a skill. Then this is the last I'm going to deal with. I deliberately limited it as much as I could for time's sake. And that is, stop encouraging your members to be lazy. Yes, I'm going to repeat it. Stop encouraging your members to be lazy. Laziness does not pay anybody. Remember what James 2:26 says? Faith without works is dead. It's not about prayer. You don't pray down money from heaven. You don't pray down manna from heaven. That is why people are beginning to think that ill-gotten wealth is okay, because all we do is pray for money. We don't work for money. We're supposed to work for money. Faith without works is dead. For you to make money, you have to work. You cannot tell your people to work and make money when you will tell them to come to church at all hours of the day. Early morning on Monday morning, I'm not exaggerating. On Monday morning by 6 o'clock, people are in church. 7 o'clock, they're in church. 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., what are you doing? On a Monday, what happened to Sunday? What happened to evening? On a Monday morning, Tuesday, Wednesday, some go to church. I'm not exaggerating. The whole week. I mean, is going to church going to put food on your table? Is going to church going to fetch you money? Please, pastors, please, ministers, please, imams, please, spiritual leaders generally, teach your people the value of hard work. They should work. If you have a job, you cannot, for God's sake, you have a job, you cannot wake up in the morning and go to church. Then you go to church 6 to 7. Maybe your work resumes at 7 or at 7:30 or at 8 o'clock. And maybe your place of work is very far. You go to church, you close by 7. You are not going to start leaving the church immediately at 7 o'clock. You are likely going to greet 1 or 2 members and you'll be delayed. Now, when the schools resume, when the work resume, you call yourself a Christian. Your work resumes at 7. You are come to the office by 7:30. Your work resumes at 7:30. You are coming to the work 8 o'clock, 8:30. And when people ask you, say you have been in church, what kind of Christian are you? You're supposed to be diligent in what you do. So I'm going to, as a Christian, you should have your own sense. I mean, you read the Bible yourself, but spiritual leaders, you are the ones teaching these people. Teach them the truth. Stop encouraging laziness. Stop encouraging your members to be in church every day of the week. Please, let them go and work. Yes, let them go and work. Let your activities be limited to either evenings or Sundays. Not mornings, not afternoons of weekdays. It makes no sense. So please, honestly, this particular one I'm talking about, it's very important to me. It has really been a burden to me. But if I continue, I can assure you that I'll be here for the next 30 minutes. I'll still be talking about it. So I want to still plead with us. Please, spiritual leaders, help our young people, the messages you preach, the vibes you give out there, the way you act towards people, all will affect the way our young people see you and the way they will see life, okay? So please, I need you to do what is right to make sure that our youths are well taken care of, okay? So thank you very much for listening. I really have to go now, and I still would love feedbacks, okay? I've been getting feedbacks from the others, so I would love more here so that I can know those who are of the same mind with me and those who this message has reached out to, okay? So thank you very much once more, and as usual, do have a lovely day.